Welcome everybody to the Bhagavad Gita study series. Now we have entered the Madhyama Shatkam, which is the middle six chapters called Madhyama Shatkam. Now last week we saw an overview of what the Madhyama Shatkam is about. So the Madhyama Shatkam is about the nature of Ishvara. So we'll now start with the seventh chapter. The seventh chapter is titled Jnana Vijnana Yoga. Jnana means knowledge. Vijnana means V is a qualifier. It means special knowledge. It's all great knowledge. So Vijnana, we'll see what Krishna means by Jnana and what he means by Vijnana. So it's called Jnana Vijnana Yoga. And as usual, we'd like to acknowledge Swami Paramarthananda Saraswati for the traditional rendering of Vedanta as was done for over 1,000 years, starting with Adi Shankaracharya. We'll say a small prayer. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Salutations to the lineage starting with Lord Sadashiva, with Adi Shankaracharya in the middle and continuing up to our immediate teacher, Swami Paramarthananda Saraswati. Okay, with that, we saw this last class, I'll again recount so you understand how the flow of the Bhagavad Gita is. We studied the Prathama Shatkam, and Prathama Shatkam is about the Jiva Swarupa, right? The nature of the Jiva. The Madhyama Shatkam is about Ishvara Swarupam. What is Ishvara? Jiva, it is the definition of Jiva, we saw that last time. So somebody was talking about soul. There's no concept of soul. So Jiva is that which lives in the body. Okay? It Jivayati Dehe Tat Jiva. So Jiva is that which resides in the body. What resides in the body? It is the what is called the Sukshma Shariram, that is the mind, the prana, the sense powers of perception, all the sense organs, not the our external ear. This is called the Golakam. What is meant by the Jnanendriyas refers to the power of perception behind the eyes. And then the Karmendriyas, actions, Vag, Pani, Padam, all the feet, hands, the mouth used for speaking, all these are called, and the excretory organ and the reproductive organ, these are called Karmendriyas. And then the mind and the Pancha Prana, all these constitute the Sukshma Sharira. This is the one that goes. The Atma is always there. Atma consciousness is there everywhere. So somebody said the soul leaves the body. No, we shouldn't confuse like this. Remember, when the sun is shining, all the pots have with water have the sunlight. The sun is always there. So like it's like Atma is compared. There's no, you can't. Atma is incomprehensible. So people give analogies in Vedanta. These are called Drishtanta analogies. And these analogies, one of the analogies of Atma is like space. Space is there everywhere, inside the house, outside the house. Now, when you say, I vacated the house, like that, the jiva vacates the body. So, what vacates? So, the people vacate. Does the space vacate? No, the space is still in the house. The furniture vacate, the people vacate. So, the space, the Atma is there. But because there's nobody living there, the house is not a home. Do you understand? So, Atma, like, so Jiva refers to the Sukshma Shariram. Sukshma Shariram by itself is inert, but powered by the consciousness, it becomes alive. So, the Sukshma Shariram plus the consciousness is called Jiva. So, the nature of the Jiva is talked about, and the Atma. So, it's the Jiva, it's nothing unless it's powered by the consciousness. It's called Atma in the context of the body. In the middle Shatkam, we talk about Ishvara Swarupan. Now Krishna is going to define what God is, going to define God. And then he's going to talk about creation. So this is a very important chapter. Then Ishvara Dhyanam, meditation on God. Then Ishvara Anugraha, grace of God. So these are the topics. So we remember I've said many times, The first point is comparison of the nature of the entity that is discussed. Second point is what type of sadhana or practice you need here, Ishvara Dhyanam. Third point is you have a bag of tools. Of the tool, what is the most important tool here? In this case, it is Ishvara Anugraha, to get the grace of God, to do things to get Ishvara Anugraha. Okay? And finally, it will say how the two, the Jiva Swarupam and the Ishvara Swarupam, are one and the same, because they are both powered by the consciousness. And the Bija Shloka, so I have told you this before, a lot of the chapters, like for example, the 5th chapter at the end, Krishna introduces Dhyanam. That forms the seed for the 6th chapter. So like that, in the seed for the 7th chapter is found in the 6th chapter. So at the end of the 6th chapter, Krishna says, Yoginam api sarvesham madgatenantaratmana shraddhabhan bhajate yo ma same yukta tamo mataha. And of all yogis, they who with their innermost self merged in me, look at the word me, worship me with faith, them I consider to be the most steadfast. Now Krishna is going to elaborate what that me is, Ishvara Swarupam. He's going to elaborate that in great detail. So the 7th and the 9th chapters are very, very similar, and they emphasize this Ishvara Swarupam and also Bhakti. What is meant by Bhakti is going to emphasize. So it's because it's so important, Krishna repeats the 7th chapter in the 9th also. And the 9th is called Raja Vidya Raja Gokya Yoga. This is called Jnana Vijnana Yoga. And there it's a great secret, Raja Vidya, great knowledge, great secret. So if you have any questions at the end, it's important that you clarify. So you can take some notes and jot down the questions, and at the end of the class clarify, because some of these concepts are very important. So it's important that so it's no problem asking the questions again and again. I will answer those. So but it's important to get all these concepts clear. Okay. Now the topics in the 7th chapter are introduction to Ishvara Swarupam, knowledge of the nature of God, in the first 3 shlokas. One is called Jnanam. So by Jnanam, Krishna refers to Saguna Ishvara Jnana, or the knowledge of a God with form, like Krishna, Rama, Shiva, like that. Then Vijnanam, or Nirguna Ishvara Jnanam, knowledge of the God without form. What is the God without form? It is the consciousness living everywhere. Brahman is what it's called. Ishvara Swarupam is the second topic, nature of God. This is the main topic of the second chapter, 4th to 12th. Then Samsara Karanam, that is this transmigration cycle of births and deaths. Why do we take another birth? To suffer in this world. Samsara Karanam and Samsara Pariharaha, remedy to the human suffering. Birth is suffering. When you take birth, you suffer in the world. There are some good things that happen, nice things, but there's a lot of suffering. So the end goal of all this, and even in yoga, is to get out of the cycle to ultimate happiness. Then the 2 types of bhakti from shlokas 20 to 30. So 13 to 19 is samsara karanam and samsara pariharaha. Then finally, 2 types of bhakti, sakama bhakti, which is lower form of bhakti, going to a temple, praying to God so that you can get good a good job, you can get a promotion, get money, fund children's college, all that. These are not bad things. It's not considered bad, but it's considered lower form of bhakti. Nishkama bhakti, without desires. Bhakti, without devotion, without desires, is called Nishkama bhakti. It's a higher form of bhakti. These 2 are elaborated. Okay. Now, we will jump into the first 3 verses. These are the introductory verses. Krishna introduces the topic of Jnana Vijnana Yoga. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Maya Saktamana Pata Yogam yunjanmadashrayah asamshayam samagram mam yatanyasya sachrunu. You're all able to hear me properly, right? Okay. Yeah. Then, oh Partha, listen to how you will certainly know me in totality with a mind that is committed to me by practicing yoga and by taking refuge in me. Let's look at the words in detail. Mai asakta mana. Asakta means attached strongly. So there is a difference. Asura and asura. Okay. Sura means the nectar. The gods have drunk the nectar of immortalities. So they have sattvic mind, long lives, everything. Sura is that nectar. Those who have drunk the nectar of immortality, they are called devas. Asura means those who have not drunk the nectar of immortality. They are the asuras. They don't have the clean mind and all that. Now, asura means one who has greatly drunk the nectar of immortality. There's a poet, a rishi or poet by the name Asuri. Vasito Devalo Vakya Asuri. So Bhagavan will tell in the 10th chapter about Asuri. So means great, means negation. Understood? Now look at the word. Mai asakta manaha. In me, asakta means greatly attached to me. Manaha, the mind, with a mind that is totally attached, committed to me. Yogam yunjan, meaning those who practice yoga. Mad ashraya, taking refuge in me. Asamshayam samagram mam yata nasasi tachrunu. How you will certainly know me in totality. Now, let's look at the use of words. Bhagavan has very carefully used the words. He's introducing Saguna with a Nirguna Ishvara Jnanam. And how is he doing that? He's going to give it samagram in totality. Asamshayam samagram mam. In totality, how you will know me, that I'm going to tell. So what is in totality? Totality means Saguna with form and Nirguna. Both he's going to say. He's used very careful choice of words. And what are the three conditions needed to know Bhagavan? The three conditions are asakta manaha, total commitment, attachment, totally committed to this effort. Yogam yunjan, effort in yoga. Yunjan means to strive, so effort, commitment. Mad ashraya means taking, ashraya means refuge or total surrender to Bhagavan. These are the three conditions Bhagavan lists. Then the second shloka, these are all, he's introducing this. Jnanam teham savijnanam idam vakshyam yasheshatah yajñatva neha bhuyonyat jnatavyam avashishyate. O Arjuna, I shall impart to you fully. Asheshataha, fully. Ashesha means full. This knowledge, and this he calls this jnanam, this knowledge of what knowledge is this? A God with form. And along with the superior knowledge, vijnanam, vij means special knowledge or superior knowledge. What does the vijnanam refer to? The superior knowledge refers to the knowledge of the Brahman, the consciousness that's there everywhere. We talked about space, right? Even after people vacate a home, there is consciousness, but it's no more a home. The house, it's a house, but not a home. Like that, when the jiva leaves the body, it is just a body. It is not a live body. So the consciousness is consciousness is there, but it needs the medium, a reflecting medium. And the reflecting medium is gone, it doesn't work. But consciousness pervades everything. knowing which there is nothing else to be known. Krishna says, this is all you need to know. These are the only two things you need to know. Asheshataha jnanam teham savijnanam idam vakshami. I shall impart to vakshami means impart to you. Asheshataha fully yajnatva having known which na iha bhuyaha anyat. Na anyatiha, there's nothing else. Anyat means else, nothing else. Jnatavyam means to know. Avashishyate remains. There's nothing else that remains to be known. Okay? So, Saguna Ishvara Jnanam, he calls it Jnanam. There is a distinction between God and devotee. Superior God, inferior devotee. I go to superior God because I'm inferior to ask for things. In Nirguna Ishvara Jnanam, which Krishna calls Vijnanam, that distinction ceases because there is a wave. What is the wave? Wave is essentially water. It's ocean, water in the ocean. Ocean and wave. This distinction ceases to exist between God and devotee. This is called Nirguna Ishvara Jnanam. There is a big ocean, there are waves. Ocean is huge, vast, and the wave is like us, the Jivatma. But what is the essence of that? It's still that water. It's a little bit of water, and there's a huge ocean, but it's still the same. You understand? It's the same thing. So, of course, a little bit of water is not going to create a huge tsunami, all that. But when there's a large volume of water, it can destroy so many things, right? There's flood, all those things it can cause. So it's more powerful, but it's the same content. That's why it's called Aham Brahmasmi. I am that Brahman. The wave is that water in the ocean. Then this is an important shloka. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit yatati siddhaye yatataamapi siddhanam kaschinmam peti tattvataha. I put a star mark here. Among thousands of human beings, Manushyanam Sahasra means thousands, Sahasreshu, among thousands of human beings, Paschid Yatati Siddhaye. Yatati means we saw that, strive. Yati refers to one who strives, it refers to a yogi. The yogi puts in effort and strives. So Yatinam, Yatachetasam, Bhagavan says that. So Kaschid, a rare one, strives for Siddhi, means perfection. Or in Siddhi here refers to liberation. That's a perfection. Yatatam api siddhanam, even among those rare few who strive, Aschin mam beti tattvataha. Yeah, even rare person comes to know me in essence. So Bhagavan very clearly says, these people who are interested in this kind of meditation, yoga, the spiritual path, very, very few. Even among those so-called yogis, only rare one person understands me, Bhagavan says. So all namesake yogis, a lot of people who just they think just because they go and practice some asanas, they think they are great yogis. But he says even among them, there's only one person who knows me in essence. Okay, now we move on to the second topic. It's the second topic. The second topic is called Ishvara Swarupam, nature of God, main topic of the second chapter. This is the core message of the Upanishads, verses 4 through 12. It touches upon creation. Okay. Krishna has nothing in the Bhagavad Gita is Krishna's original idea. Everything is lifted, sometimes ditto from the Upanishads. Bhumirapo nalo vayuhu ammano buddhireva cha ahankara iti yamme bhinna prakritirashtadha. Earth, water, fire, wind, space, mind, intellect, and ego. Ego is a sense of doership. As this Prakriti, which means nature of mind, is divided in an eightfold way. Bhagavan says, this, my nature, is divided in an eightfold way. He's now referring to his lower nature. The lower nature is divided in an eightfold. He's now talking about the material universe. Bhumihi is earth. Apaha is water. Analaha is fire. Vayuhu is wind. Tam is space. Manaha is mind. Buddhihi is intellect. And ahankara is the ego. So he divides his nature, the material nature of this universe, in eightfold ways. So now comes the creation. So Bhagavan is going to explain creation. God is considered the Jagat Karanam. This is a statement in the Upanishads. Now the question you will ask, when you make a desk, there is a material needed, right? Wood is the material. There's also what is called, it's called a material cause. There's also an intelligent cause, the sculptor, or in this case, the carpenter. He's the one who creates. He is the intelligent cause of the desk. Now, if you see, then the question will come, is God the material cause, or is God the intelligent cause? You may say, oh, God is intelligent, so of course he's the intelligent cause. Then where is the material coming from? Where is the origin of the material? So let's ponder into, so there used to be this Bharat Ekoj. There, the first one, it's from Rig Veda. There's a chant on creation. Let's listen to this. Can you hear?
I don't hear any audio.
We cannot hear.
Okay. Okay, you're not able to hear audio, huh? Let's let me reshare and see what happens. Let's
ना सदासिन्नो सदासित् तदानीं नासिद्रजो नो व्योमा परो यत् किमावरीवः कुह कस्य शर्मन्नम्बः किमासीत् गहनं गभीरम् न मृत्युरासीदमृतं न तर्हि न रात्र्या अनासीत् प्रकेतः सृष्टि से पहले सत नहीं था असत भी नहीं अंतरिक्ष भी नहीं आकाश भी नहीं था छिपा था क्या कहाँ किसने ढका था उस पल तो अगम अतल जल भी कहाँ था.
Okay, so this is actually before creation, Srishti se pehle, there was no truth or untruth, no universe, not even the sky. Where was it hidden? Who hid it? And that time there was no water. Who's the creator? Is it really a creator or a non-creator? Who stays up there in the sky? Who's in charge? He truly must know everything. Maybe he doesn't know anything. He is not known to anyone. No one knows. Nahi hai pata, nahi hai pata. No one knows. No one knows. So this is creation. So in creation, so I asked a question, what is the material cause? What is the intelligent cause? This is how Mundaka Upanishad defines this. Yatho nabhihi srijate grunnate cha yatha prithvivyam oshadaya sambhavanti yatha sata purushot keshalo mani. So tata aksharatma sambhavatiha visham. So vishwam. So what is saying is, as the spider creates and absorbs. As medicinal plants grow from the earth, as hairs grow from a living person, the universe proceeds from the immortal. The spider is an important example used for this. Spider creates a web. Where is the web coming from? Coming from the spider. The material cause is the spider. The intelligent weaves a beautiful web. Intelligent cause is also the spider. Like that, Ishvara is both the material cause and the intelligent cause. It is called abhinna nimitta upadana karanam. Nimitta karanam means intelligence cause. Upadana karanam means material cause. Abhinna means different. Abhinna means not different. It's the same source, which is the material and the intelligent cause. Ishvara consists of two parts. Now he's going to define the two parts. One is called the para prakriti, which is the higher nature. Param means higher. This is the consciousness or the intelligent cause. The other one is called apara prakriti, the lower nature. Apara means not higher. Lower nature. It is the material universe. In other words, it's also called Maya. Maya is the entity from which all the creation, all the matter and energy manifests forth. And then in dissolution, pralayam, everything goes back into Maya. Now Bhagavan is going to define that. Both common features of both these two natures, he's going to define. That shloka hasn't come, he's going to say, but I'm giving you an introduction to prepare you for that. Both para prakriti, the higher nature, and apara prakriti are both what? Anadi. They don't have a beginning. Adi, beginning. They don't have a beginning. Beginningless. Nityaha, they're permanent. Material was, this Maya was always there. And they're eternal and constant. But there are lots of, the similarities end here. There are lots of differences. Para prakriti is chetana tattvam. Chetana means consciousness. It is conscious. It is a conscious principle. Apara prakriti, the matter, is unconscious. It's inert. The body is considered inert. The mind itself, even the sukshma shariram, is inert. But like it's like a fan. Fan does nothing. It's inert. But when you pass electricity, it rotates, does a lot of fancy things. A light bulb, a television, everything. It is the electricity, the consciousness that lightens everything. So matter is considered inert. And then Paraprakriti is Nirguna Chaitanyam. It is without attributes, Nirgunam, without attributes. Whereas the Apara Prakriti is Saguna Swarupam. So it is with attributes. And Paraprakriti is Nirvikara Tattvam. It is, Vikara means modification. Nirvikara means not subject to modification. The Apara Prakriti is subject to modifications because matter is subject to modification. What is there now, 1,000 years from now, will be decayed. Everything is gone. Completely will be a different material. Okay? Even things, atoms, or what is hydrogen now, will become helium later. Everything becomes different. So it is matter subject to modification. Consciousness is never subject to modification. And Paraprakriti is Satyam or Swatantraha. It is truth, independent principle. Whereas Aparaprakriti is seemingly real, but it has no real existence. It is a dependent principle. Why is it? We've seen this example again and again. You have ornaments, a gold bangle. What is the nature of that bangle? You say, oh, it's a bangle, but 100 years from now, they may melt it to form something else, a ring, many rings. So it looks like, oh, this is a name and form, Nama Rupa. It's a bangle now, but later it's become something else. It has matter, has no permanent existence. It's seemingly real, but the only truth about that bangle is that it's gold. So It is a seemingly real, but it's a dependent principle. It depends on the consciousness to give it some entity, to give it some name and form. Do you understand? So it is, so consciousness, it is independent. Swatantra, the Maya depends on the consciousness to give it a name and form. The Maya becomes matter. Maya is not energy, it is like something beyond energy. But during creation, it becomes matter and energy. And the consciousness gives it forms like earth, all these things, it comes from that. But it has no independent existence. It depends on the consciousness to give it existence. Is it understood? Then creation is elaborated. Bhagavan says, Para Prakriti, the consciousness, that is the highest thing. And then there is the Apara Prakriti, which depends on it to give it names and forms. And then Apara Prakriti divides itself into eightfold components, which results in the universe together with a consciousness. Earth, water, fire, air, space, mind, intellect, and ego, ahankar. So this is what he is going to elaborate in the next chapter. So even in Narayaniyam, probably I'll skip the shloka. It says, Sandra Ananda Avabodhatmakam. What is of the nature of intense bliss and supreme consciousness? Anupamitam, without comparison. Kala Desha Avadipyam Nirmuktam. It's totally free from the limitations of time and space. It is ever free, is Nitya Yuktam. It is totally yoked, ever free from the control of Maya. Maya is the unmanifest Prakriti. Prakriti is nature. The material universe is Prakriti. It is manifested. When it is unmanifest at the time of dissolution, it becomes Maya. Okay? So God is not conditioned by time and space. There is no time and space. Because when you say the time, when you have a beginning of time, you use another time scale to measure the beginning of the time. So it's an endless loop. God has no concept of time and space. Okay. Okay. Space and time do not apply to consciousness. Why is that? In dream, we can live 20 years of our life in 10 minutes. So dream, so in Vedanta, they consider our state, this lifetime, it's like a dream. You may say, I serious, I feel pain, all that. But even in dream, they give the example of a tiger chasing in Vedanta. That would seem real because your heart rate is going up and you're sweating, all those things happen. But when you wake up, it's gone. So when you attain this reality that I am different from this body and all that, then you attain liberation, waking up. And then the whole thing, it looks like a dream. The entire lives we've lived. This is called enlightenment. So space and time do not apply to consciousness. So now comes the important shloka where Bhagavan is going to talk about the para prakriti and the apara prakriti. Apareyamitastvanja prakritim vitti me param jiva bhutam mahabhaho yayedham dharyate jagat. So it is only in this verse that he is introducing para prakriti. I gave all the introduction to prepare you for this. So this means that this eightfold nature, apareyam itastu anyam, means there's one which is, it is apara, means it's a lower. So this is my lower prakriti. It is distinct from my higher nature, which is the very life element by which the entire universe is sustained. Okay, so apareyam itastu anyam prakritim vitti me param. So apareyam itaha tu anyaha. Anyaha means another one. Then this lower, there's another one compared to this lower Prakriti, and that is Vidhi means know that to be the Param, this more superior Prakriti. And what is this, the superior Prakriti? It sustains the entire Jiva Bhutam Mahabaho Yayedam Dharyate Jagate. It sustains the entire universe, all the life forms, which is it's a very life element. What gives life to the animals and plants? It is this consciousness by which the entire universe is sustained. It's a very important shloka. Consciousness is neither matter nor energy. Now you'll say, we see apara prakriti everywhere, the lower prakriti, which is the matter, material universe. Where is the para prakriti? You cannot say para prakriti is energy, because energy is subject to change. Consciousness is not subject to change. Energy, from potential to kinetic energy, all that you can do. You can store it in a battery and you can make a car go, right? Para prakriti. So can anybody answer? Where is the para prakriti? The consciousness. Where do you find this consciousness? Anybody wants to answer? Take a guess.
Sorry, which consciousness?
Consciousness that pervades in the entire. Where do you find it? It says
Oh, in everything, right? In everything, everywhere, in all the elements, everywhere.
Yes, it's there everywhere. But can you give a little more personal idea of where this consciousness is?
It's within us, the Atma.
Yeah, the consciousness is you, the observer, the Sakshi. That is you. That is the same as the consciousness seeing in the pervading the universe. So you don't have to see the universe. This is what Krishna has been trying to tell again and again in the 6th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. He's already hinted to this. Now he will go very clearly into this. It is you, the observer. Anything else is a subject. The whole material world is a subject. So this is the Paraprakriti. Paraprakriti, yeah, the Purusha within and Purusha without. It's basically you, the observer. Consciousness, it is the consciousness in us. Consciousness is Purusha Suktam, the cosmic person. This cosmic person is there everywhere, and it's also in us, that which sees everything. Called Purusha Suktam, the cosmic person. Yetat yonini bhutani sarvani upadharaya aham krishnasya jagatah prabhava pralayastata. May you know that these two prakritis are the womb of all beings. I am the origin as well as the dissolution of the entire universe. Upadharaya means may you understand. Etad yonini. These are these two prakritis, the para prakriti and the apara, matter and consciousness, or energy plus matter and consciousness. The energy plus matter, they call it Maya, because at the time of dissolution, it resolves into Maya. It's called Maya because it is also called Mithya, seemingly real. Maya is something that bigger, it kind of deceives, right? Maya, this Maya Jala means this magic tricks. It deceives. Therefore, entire matter, it makes you think, oh, this is my house. But after some time, the house is gone. It just one day it's going to come crumbling down. May not be during the lifetime, but after that, or you think, I have accumulated this much money, but money can go. So Maya is that which is seemingly real, but it's there now, gone another day, right? There's an earthquake, house is gone. Entire thing is, so it's a name and form. It's big rubble. So the beautiful house becomes rubble. So it's called just name and form, but it tricks you into thinking it's very real. That's Maya. So Bhagavan says, these are the womb of all the beings in the universe. Etad yoni means womb, bhutani, of all beings. Sarvani Bhutani, all beings, Upadaraya, may you understand. Aham Krishnasya Jagataha, Prabhava Pralayastata, of the Krishnasya Jagataha, of the entire world, I am the origin, Prabhavaha, Pralayaha. Pralaya means dissolution of the entire universe. He's telling about the nature of God. Now comes a very beautiful and important shloka. Mattah parataram nanyat kinchitasti dhananjaya mayi sarvamidam protam sutre manigana iva. O Dhananjaya, there exists nothing that is superior to me. Matta parataram na anyat kinchit asti Dhananjaya. Matta parataram means something superior to me. Na anyat kinchit, there's nothing else there, O Dhananjaya. Dhananjaya refers to Arjuna. Mahi sarvamidam protam. All this is strung on me like a cluster of gems on a string. Like you have a necklace with all the gems. The entire universe is on me like a cluster of gems on a string. Mayi sarvam idam protam. Sutra means a thread. Sutre manigana iva. Mani refers to like gems. Manigana means a cluster of gems on a string. Ghana means a group of gems on a string. Iva, like a group of gems on a string. All entire Mayi Sarvam Idam, all this is on me like gems on a string. What a beautiful sloka. So Ishvara, as a causeless cause of creation, Brahman, the consciousness, evolved into Prakriti, matter. So consciousness and this matter, consciousness and Maya is together called Ishvara. So it evolves into this entire universe using this Maya. Consciousness is Antaryami, inherent principle keeping the world together, like a sutra, thread holding the beads together. Without the thread, beads will scatter, right? So Ishvara is also called Sutratma. Atma is the self. It is like the sutra. It keeps everything together. Now, why is Bhagavan doing all this? Bhagavan is now preparing for Ishvara Darshanam or Vishwarupa Darshanam. So the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th chapters are preparation for the Vishwarupa Darshanam in the 11th chapter. Vishwarupa Darshanam means what? Vishwam is universe, Rupam, form. Looking at God as, it's not the universal form, like not Krishna standing up to the beyond the heavens like that. No, it is looking at the entire universe, looking at the creation as Ishvara, because it is the Ishvara which evolved into matter. Okay, so he's preparing Arjuna for that. Krishna is preparing our mind so that in the 11th chapter we do not ask for the arrival of God. So Swami Paramatmananda very clearly he says that we sometimes people look, oh, when is God going to come? When is God going to come? God is not going to come. He's already arrived in the form of universe, in the form of Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Jalam, and Prithvi. So not only should we understand what God is, but we should orient the mind to see the universe as God, which is what he does in the 11th chapter. And when we look at God as a person, as Ekarupa Ishvara, like Krishna, Vinayaka, Rama, then it's limiting. Krishna does not want us to confine to Ekarupa Ishvara. In this middle portion, he wants us to look at the entire universe as God, because it's God that evolved into the universe. Krishna wants us to think of Aneka Rupa Ishvara. The entire Gita is aimed at Aneka Rupa Ishvara Darshanam, Vishwarupa Ishvara Darshanam. Vishwam is a creation, the entire universe. Krishna considers this Ishvara Darshanam as superior to Ekarupa, like just one form, as Krishna, Rama, or personal God, because the personal God is subject to arrival as well as departure. And this is very clearly said in the Bhagavatam. So in the Bhagavatam, it's a very beautiful example of the gopi. Let's see if that is there. Yes. The limitation of Ekarupa Ishvara, or personal God, is when God arrived, like when Krishna arrived, we look at the gopis, they're very happy. But when Krishna left, departed, what are they doing? They're wailing. But the only difference between, Swamiji says, our cry and the gopis' cry is, gopis, ruruduhu swaran rajan. That means they cried in tune, in raga, as our cry is despicable. So gopis, they cried in tune, apparently. Bhagavatam says, when God departed, they cried. So you're dependent on God arriving or departing. Whereas if you look at God as the entire universe, Aneka Rupa Ishvara, this problem goes away. So God in the form of universe, three forms of worship of God. Eka Rupa Ishvara, like Krishna, Rama, Aneka Rupa Ishvara in the form of the universe, and then in the Charama Shatkam, last 6 chapters, he's going to introduce Arupa Ishvaraha, God which cannot be described, the consciousness. That is the highest form of worship. Rasohamapsu kaunteya prabhasmi shashi suchayo pranavak sarva vedeshu shabdake paurusham rishuhu. And he's giving examples of the many glorious things in the creation. I am the taste in the water. I'm not just the water. The water has a taste. I am the taste in the water, O Kunti's son, Kaunteya. Kaunteya is Kunti's son. Apsu rasa. Rasa means taste. Apaha means water. Apsu rasaha. Prabha asmi tashi suryayo. I am the radiance. Prabha. Prabha is radiance in the moon and the sun. Shashi is moon. Surya is sun. Pranavaha sarva vedeshu, and the sacred syllable pranava is om in all the Vedas. Shabda ke paurusham rishuhu. I am the sound in space, and Shabda kaha means come is space. So I'm the sound in space, and paurusham rishuhu. I am the valor. Paurusham means valor. Nara, Nru refers to humans. Nara, that's where it comes from. I am the valor in humans. So he's giving examples of the glories in creation. He's going to elaborately talk about that in the 10th chapter. So many things. Of the mountains, I'm Himalayas. Of water bodies, I'm ocean. All that he's going to say. Punyo ghanda prithvyamscha tejaschasmi vibhavasau jivanam sarvabhuteshu tapaschasmi tapasvishu. And the sweet fragrance in earth. Punyo gandaha. It is like a punya means like great merits. Punya, such great sweet fragrance in Prithvi, in earth. So the natural earth, when it rains, there's this beautiful smell, right? Earth, natural earth apparently has a very good smell. And because of pollution and all that, the smell goes away. So the real, actually, when you go to nature, you'll see, especially after rains, smell is so good. Tejas chamasmi vibhavasau. I am the brilliance in the fire. Vibhavaha, in fire. Jivanam sarva bhuteshu. And the very life in all living beings, bhutas, all living beings. Tapaschasmi tapasvishu. I am the austerity in ascetics. Tapas is austerity. Tapasvishu in ascetics who perform austerities. I am that. He is giving his glories in creation. So one of the things that he's talking about all the elements, right? I'm Rasaho, Apsuhu, and I'm the the radiance in the fire and the sweet fragrance in the earth, all that, right? So there are 5 things, 5 elements. Akasha is space, and I'm also the sound in space. So it's only in space that sound can travel. Don't say the sound can travel through metal, but that's also space. So for the waves, it's a longitudinal or lateral waves, whatever it is. It needs to go from one place to another. So it travels through space, not vacuum, but space. Space can have air, okay, or whatever, water or metal, so anything. And then why? So Akasha, the guna element, Akasha, space, the only guna it has is sound. Whereas Vayu, air, has Shabda and Sparsha. You can hear the rustling that the air sound makes, rustling of the leaves, and also you can feel the air, Sparsha, the touch also is there. Agni, fire, has sound. Agni, the sound, the crackling of the fire. Shabda, it has Sparsha, it has touch, you can feel the heat, and also Rupa, a form. You see the light on fire. Jalam, water, in addition to Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, sound, right? Water, water has sound. When it waterfall, you hear the sound. You can feel the water on your body when you're taking a shower. Rupa, it has form, and it also has taste. And earth is the only element, Prithvi, which has all 5 qualities: Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, and smell. Pure water doesn't have smell. It has taste, but not smell. Only earth has all 5. And Bhagavan is talking about his vibhutis, his glories. More of that will follow up in the 10th chapter. Is it understood? Only earth has the fragrance. That's why he is like earth, because of the fragrance. Bijam mam sarvabhutanam vittipata sanatanam buddhir buddhimatam asmi tejas tejasvinamaham. O Partha, know me to be the entire seed of all living beings. I am the intelligence in the intelligent and the brilliance in the brilliance. He's again talking about his glories. Okay, so with this, and it will continue, but we will stop here so we can do the chanting.